Okay, good morning. Today we got a big, kind of a big project I want to get done for a while. We're going to plumb in our Costway Portable Washing Machine and make the shed back here into a full-fledged utility room with a washing machine, and then part of it's going to be solar also. So I'm going to show you how we did that, how we plumbed in everything, how we ran the plumbing, and how the when we drain the washing machine, that is eventually going to be part of how we water our garden, because we're going to have some fruit trees over here. I'm going to show you all of that and how we did it. Okay, you guys, this is the Costway Portable Washing Machine. Takes about 15 gallons of water, and it spin dries or air dries your clothes. At some point in time soon, I'm going to have a propane dryer here. So this whole section will be a utility room, laundry room, and then of course on this side will be our solar. So kind of let's go through on how I did this, what pump I used, what piping I used, and how I did it. So I guess the first thing we have to talk about is water catchment. And I ran, this is an 8-foot gutter that I ran, and I bought this on Amazon. This is called the First Flush. This has also got a netting where it will catch debris, comes down here, ball comes in here, sets up in here, and then the water then comes down here. This is a 225-gallon water tote with a cover on it right now to protect it from sun. But let's kind of get into the plumbing and show all of this is going to be our laundromat. So I started with, this is just you can just screw this in, and I pipe threaded the actual water release for the tote. This comes standard on most of your totes, your food grade totes anyway, and this is a food grade water tote. And so all of this piping is 1/2 inch. And so what I did was I ran a 1/2 inch valve here. That way, if I want water to come out to the garden, or I want to drain the tote, I can do that. So right off the bat, I've got a drain here for the tote, and then this goes underground, and I'll cover all this up, and it comes up underneath the shed. So this is a Premier shed. We bought it from Premier. We bought it from a dealer out in northern Arizona. They delivered it. So, I mean, it was like $3,200 to have this delivered to us. We leveled it. We put concrete platforms on it. So it sits, these sheds sit up high. They do not sit flat on the ground. So I took advantage of that and ran the piping so I could come up through the shed floor and then not have the shed sitting on the ground in case, we have big monsoons here. I did not want the shed sitting on the ground. So it is high. It is lifted up a little bit. You can kind of see the big gap right here, which I like because I can run plumbing, wire, and anything else underground, and then put a screen around the shed to protect it from animals kind of living in there. But let's kind of get to the details of how I made this a laundry room. Okay, so this is all 1/2 inch. This is a 3 gallon per minute regular 12-volt water pump. Now, I bought this at the Quartzsite RV show. I think it was around $35. They do not make these anymore. So you can get these on the cheap. They're still readily available, but absolutely you can get them on the cheap. If you really want a bunch of these pumps, which I did buy some of them. I went to the court when I was in Quartzsite this year. I just bought a bunch of these things. So this was like $35. It comes with a standard plug. I cut that plug off and I've wired it to a 12-volt battery. This is right now, this is my on and off switch. So I'll definitely do this a little bit better. But this is my on and off switch to run the pump. This is regular, just 1/2 inch piping. I've got to come here. I will have a utility tub right here. That's what this water line is going to be for. Of the water line, the drain will tie into this. This is the Costway drain. You can see all I did was just buy an extension tube. They sell these at Home Depot. I mean, and I just clamped it in to extend the drain out through the shed. So this is coming up through the floor. Water for the utility tub. This is just simple plumbing 101. This is all 1/2 inch. I put a valve here so I could turn it off. This is a pressurized pump. So if it hits here, it will turn off. I turn it on. This is the standard Costway hose that comes with. And I just tied it into the water inlet with a clamp. This is just a regular 1/2 inch to 1/4 barb that I clamped in. All this stuff you can buy readily at Home Depot. Very, very easy. So this screws in this way. This gets plumbed in hard this way. If I had catastrophic failure, I could unscrew this. This has got plumber's tape on it. This is a regular 1/2 inch T. And then this will go out as a faucet. And so it'll be one big circular thing. The water will come in here, come out that way if I want to have a faucet there. And this is it, man. I mean, it's really pretty simple. Everything works fine. Water comes out. And it's really convenient because I don't have to bring a hose or a bucket or anything else like that in there. All I do is I'm going to have a switch. I turn it on. Water will start dumping into the Costway washing machine. And of course, I have it plugged in right now to the Blue Eddy. And the Blue Eddy has more. We have more than enough solar to run the Airstream with Starlink on, refrigerator on, everything else on, and run the washing machine at the same time. I just did a video on a solar hack that'll tell you a little bit of how much this thing takes when the agitator is running. But that's pretty simple. I mean, it's a pretty simple setup. It took me maybe a couple hours to do all of this, including trenching the line outside. This is where the water runs out, and it's going to turn in here. This tree right here and that tree, that juniper, will be cut down. This is almost kind of cut down, but this whole area will be a garden. As a matter of fact, once I wrap this around this way, I'll probably have some fruit trees in here that I'll be able to plant because we do laundry like twice a week. You're looking at 15 gallons a load. That's like 30 gallons. If I do 2 loads, that's maybe 60 gallons of water a week just to do laundry. So I think this area will be very happy. All this wiring will be really cleaned up nice. I'll have a fuse panel of some different 12-volt systems here. Probably have some lights in here. This is basically cleaned up, but this battery is just a real cheapy battery. I bought it at Walmart. It's 65 amp hours of battery life. Again, I use my portable Zamp solar panels to charge this battery back and forth. It's a cheapy battery I bought at Walmart, but for this, it does the job, and to run that 12-volt pump, that's more than enough to run the 12-volt pump and to put some other things in here that I'm going to need for the shed. I'll probably have some lights in here, some other things, and clean this up really super nice. But definitely put a switch on here because I don't want to keep using the alligator clips to turn on and off and on and off. So I'll rig a switch on here somewhere that would just switch the button and the water will come on and dump right in there. Yeah, and I forgot to mention that this shed in the wintertime will always be heated. I'm not really sure how we're going to heat it or what that heat source will be, but it will be heated. So I'm not too worried about things freezing in here. I will put pipe wrap and some pipe foam on the outside of that to keep that from freezing, because that will freeze in the wintertime. But as far as in here, the plan is to heat this thing. So, we'll see how that goes. So, by the way, the specs on that pump, that's a pretty robust pump. I mean, they're still all over the place. You can still find them, but that pump can pump up to 6 feet on a vertical pipe. It does not need to be primed, although it does help it if you do prime it. But it can run dry. And so it's a great 12-volt pump. I mean, if you can find those things, buy them, and buy a bunch of them, because they're really sturdy. At 3 gallons per minute, that's a pretty good run on water. It fills that thing up very fast. And so it's 60 psi. So that's a lot of water coming into that little Costway portable washing machine pretty quickly. You're not waiting a long time to fill that thing up and do laundry. So it's a pretty good buy. Again, you go to Quartzsite down during the RV show, and they're all over the place over there. So you just pick a couple of them up, and they're just not that expensive. I think I've seen them on Amazon or in other places for about $95. So for $35, you're getting a pretty good deal. So that's it. I mean, a really easy solution to using an 8x12 shed and then making it into a laundry room, a utility room, and half of it right now is going to be for our solar shed. We still have about 940 watts of solar going into the shed, into that Bluetti AC200L, and it's worked out fine. Well, okay, you guys, thanks for watching the video. Give it a thumbs up and hit the subscribe button. We just watched an amazing sunset here. I just posted a photograph of it on our YouTube page under posts and or community, whatever that menu option is. I think it's posts now. But anyway, go check that sunset picture out. I mean, we have some rain around us. We're supposed to get some inclement weather possibly tomorrow and Monday. We'll see. But anyway, the shed is done. I still have some more stuff to do. I worked on the garden part of it today. So anyway, you guys, thanks for watching. Go check out that picture, man. It's really cool. We'll see you guys later. Bye.